Welcome to Neural Newscast. I am Frederick Moore, and it is a pleasure to be with you today.
And I am Hannah Whitmore. Glad to have you along. You know, Frederick, today we are looking at two very different types of structural shifts. One is occurring millions of light years away in the silence of deep space, and the other, well, that's happening right now in the facilities of the NFL.
We begin with a discovery that has the scientific community really reevaluating the very fabric of our universe. For decades, dark matter has been the ghost in the machine of the cosmos. We know it is there because of its gravitational pull, and yet it remains invisible to every instrument we have ever devised.
It is a concept that is so hard to wrap your head around when you are used to dealing with things you can touch and see. But this new object, it's been nicknamed Cloud 9, might finally give us a clear view of that invisible world.
Exactly. Now, CLOUD9 is located roughly 14 million light-years from Earth. It was captured in magenta radio light by the Very Large Array. What makes it unique, though, is that researchers searched and searched for stars within this cloud and found, well, absolutely nothing. It is a celestial object without a single sun.
So if there are no stars, Frederick, what are we actually looking at? I mean, the research suggests it is a remnant from the very early days of the universe, a pocket of gas and dark matter that never quite formed into a galaxy?
Right. Andrew Fox, an astronomer at the Space Telescope Science Institute, calls it a window into the dark universe. Since dark matter is believed to make up 85% of all matter in existence, CLUD9 represents a rare opportunity to study a pure sample of the stuff that holds the universe together.
It is fascinating how much of our reality is built on things we just can't see. It reminds me of the foundation of a good farm or even a community. You only notice the structural integrity when things start to shift. And speaking of shifts, we have seen a significant one in the sports world this week.
Indeed. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are undergoing a massive internal restructuring. Following an 8-9 season that saw them lose the NFC South title on a tiebreaker, head coach Todd Bowles has begun a sweeping overhaul of his coaching staff.
Yeah, it is a tough situation. The Bucs had a 5-year streak of playoff berths and 4 straight division titles. Seeing that come to an end, that clearly prompted some very difficult conversations in the front office.
The changes are quite extensive. The team has parted ways with 5 assistant coaches, including offensive coordinator Josh Grizzard and special teams coordinator Thomas Magagi. They also let go of Thaddeus Lewis, Kevin Ross, and Charlie Strong.
When you look at the numbers, you know it is clear why Todd Bowles felt he had to act. In 2024, the offense was in the top 5 for scoring and yards. But by the end of this past season, they had plummeted to 18th in scoring and 21st in rushing. On the ground, where the game is often won or lost, the results just were not there.
Bowles was remarkably blunt in his assessment. He noted that while these decisions are difficult, the disappointing end to the season meant they were not living up to the standards of the organization. He is taking personal responsibility for reaching those championship expectations.
Beyond the dismissals, though, there is also the end of an era to discuss. 2 coaches, Nick Rapone and the legendary Tom Moore, have elected to retire. Tom Moore is a name that carries so much weight in this industry.
Moore's career is staggering. I mean, he has spent more than 6 decades in coaching, including 48 years in the NFL. Bowles called him an unmatched resource and a legend. It is hard to imagine a Buccaneers sideline without his perspective.
It really is the end of a long, dedicated chapter. But the team is not waiting around. They have already started interviewing for the vacant positions, including a virtual interview with Brian Callahan for the offensive coordinator role.
The road back to the top of the NFC South will be a steep one. Their 2026 schedule is already set, and it includes matchups against Dallas and both Los Angeles teams. They will be picking 15th in the upcoming draft, a position that requires precision and a lot of foresight.
Whether it is hunting for dark matter in the depths of space or searching for the right offensive rhythm on the field, it all comes down to understanding the structures that lead to success. Frederick, it has been a pleasure diving into these stories with you.
And with you, Hannah. From the mysteries of CLOUD9 to the new era in Tampa Bay, we will be here to track the progress.
Thank you for joining us today. To stay updated on all our coverage, be sure to subscribe. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com. We will see you next time